Good afternoon, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. I'm Dhamma Bum, and I'll be your guide for today's guided meditation. Today is Friday, April 17th, and our focus will be pitfalls. Just a reminder, April is sincerity. That's our theme for the whole second quarter, in fact. That's part of Mrs. Dhamma's recipe for a useful, happy life. That is, we need humility, sincerity, effort, and gratitude. And today we're going to look at pitfalls in the three subsidiary streams of the Eightfold Path that can trip up our practice. And thank you, Mrs. Dhamma, for the flowers again, as always, and to all of you for being here. On Fridays, we look at making amends, repairing relationships, restoring our practice. And we would encourage people to check out the description box for this and other episodes. In about 24 hours, the closed captions version will be available, and that comes with a transcript. And we do guided meditation in the hopes that participants will develop enough interest, enough tips on meditation that you want to do this independently in your own home, on your own, or your own garden, on your own bat, and using bird song or chanting or other. There are a billion of these guided meditations around. Listen to them too. As always, we start with samatha, which is serenity. And then the second half we'll move into panya, which is wisdom. Some people say vipassana, but it always goes in that direction. First, we get calm, and then we wise up. Wisdom never arises from a mind in turmoil. So with that, on my mark. Please find yourself in a quiet spot, spine straight, shoulders back, chin lowered. Let your hands rest in your lap or on your thighs or your knees. Close your eyes and your mouth and imagine a ball of white light an inch or two, 3 to 5 centimeters beneath your nostrils. Inhale through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Inhale through your nose. Watch it go down past your heart to your stomach and back out the same way. Just smooth, natural breaths for you. When outside thoughts intrude, gently brush them aside, thinking, no, that's not my business. I'm focused on my breath as it goes in through my nose, down past my heart to my stomach, and back out the same way. Empty your mind. On Fridays, we start with the Dhammapada, verses 3 through 5. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone hostile like this, hatred does not end. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For someone not hostile like this, hatred ends. For hatred never ends through hatred. By non-hate alone does it end. This is an ancient truth. So we are taught that our thoughts lead to our moods, delusions, obsessions. We don't believe what we see what we believe. So this is why we believe good things. We meditate to calm our mind and tame our heart. We look at our thoughts, we examine them, we see them for what they are, and we let them go. If we let go a little, we get a little serenity. If we let go a lot, we get a lot of serenity. And if we let go completely, that is, if we accept life on life's terms, we find complete serenity. When we surrender, we find that we are as happy as we want to be. Our attitude is entirely up to us, and we are not the boss. We need to look at the 5 khandhas, the clinging aggregates which comprise our human existence. And they are our body, our feelings, memories and perceptions, thoughts, and consciousness. And they are impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not the self. We remember that our monkey mind and our too busy thoughts are running around seeking attachment. Instead, we cultivate non-attachment. As meditators, we have 3 duties: mindfulness, collectedness, and contentment. Mindfulness. In this group, we follow the ball of light and we listen to the Dhamma talk, not to get attached to the talk, but to let the words wash over us and seep into our consciousness. Collectedness. Some people say concentration. When outside thoughts intrude, when, not if, they will intrude, we gently brush them aside, focus on our breath as it goes in through our nose, down past our heart to our stomach, and back out the same way. And our last duty is contentment. We have a responsibility to be content now, to be at peace, to experience equanimity. In a word, we are present. And if we can be present, just focused on the light for a few seconds in today's meditation, we find that this weekend, as we look back on our previous week, we can stretch it out and we can be present for minutes at a time. We just stitch together these little packets of presence, and as if by magic, we look up and we go, holy cow, I have not had an angry, resentful, fearful thought for a couple of hours. How did that happen? How indeed. This is why we meditate. Whatever it is that you do to be present, do that again. Now, as we look back on the previous week, there will have been transactions, interactions with people that were suboptimal, let's say. So we look at those and we look at them with cool eyes, not getting attached to them. Just look at it. And here are some questions we can ask ourselves. When I look at my dysfunctional contacts, am I minimizing my part and exaggerating theirs? Perhaps through a sense of entitlement. I think I deserved something, and then I didn't get it. 2, was I setting myself up as a victim? Why would I do that? 3, was I expecting people to be something they are not? I knew who I was dealing with, and yet. And 4th, was I expecting perfection in this life? Wow, where did I get that idea? And what we find is that our expectations really are resentments under construction. As soon as we count on having things go this way or that way, we are just asking to be disappointed, to be irritated, to be restless. Now, as we move into Panya, on Monday, we looked at Sila, ethical conduct, Samadhi, meditation, and Panya, wisdom. Today, we're going to look at Panya, Sila, Samadhi. They're presented in both orders in the sutras by the Buddha himself. And they always go in that order. We never start with meditation. We either start with wisdom, which informs our ethical conduct, or with ethical conduct, which allows us to sit in meditation calmly. So we're going to look at the pitfalls in these 3 streams, and this comes under April's theme of sincerity. And the pitfalls, almost all, are connected to insincerity, just going through the motions. Wisdom can become self-righteous intolerance, smugness, looking down my long nose. Ethical conduct can become a set of empty gestures. I just go through the motions. And meditation actually can become addiction to bliss. This is really a problem. If we become adept at absorption in our meditation. We find the bliss to be enjoyable, and we become attached to that, and that is the attachment that leads us astray. So let's look at Panya first. Remember, Panya, or wisdom stream, consists of right view and right intention. And the risk is that it can lead to intolerant virtue signaling. Anytime I decide that I've got the answer, I've really got it now. That's a sure sign I don't. Panya is to improve our own thinking. We don't use it to attack somebody else's. The noble ones say, not for sure. They do not say we should use wisdom to diagnose, psychoanalyze, or critique other people. It's not a scalpel that we use to dissect others. It's a tool that we use to improve our own ethical conduct. We need to focus not on what needs to be changed in the world, but what needs changing in me. How do I need to change my perceptions, my attitude? Wisdom leads to improved ethical conduct, and sila, the ethical conduct stream within the Eightfold Path, consists of right speech, right action, and right livelihood. And it is helped by proper insight, but it can also become ritualistic. If we're not careful, we just go through the motions of spiritual practices or religious practices for that matter. And just because we go through the motions does not mean we'll receive the results that we would receive through sincere application. When someone crosses themselves, that does not cause them to have faith. It's the other way around. The faithful Christians cross themselves as a sign of their belief. It doesn't make them pious. In our practice, just saying namaste doesn't make us respectful of the divine spark within others. We should say it as an expression of our mindfulness. And if we're not mindful of the divine spark in others, then we should shut up. As we meditate and as we go through our daily activities, we need to let go of attachments and aversions. The Eightfold Path is a set of practices, but it only works if we work it consistently. The key to that is patient, persistent practice of the principles. Mindfulness can lead to spiritual insight into our intentions, our actions on our side of the street, but it's not a license to analyze, convict, or punish others. We only use it to focus on our own thoughts, words, and deeds. Samadhi, or the meditation stream, that's right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, is good for us, but it can be dangerous if I crave and chase absorption in bliss. We meditate to calm our mind and tame our heart. We study ourselves. I can sit all day lost in some kind of spiritual intoxication, high as a kite, but with no more insight than a box of hammers. And that is not the purpose of meditation. We're taught through right view and right intention to meditate to calm the mind and tame the heart. And this requires first samatha or serenity, followed at once by, some people say vipassana, we prefer panya, wisdom, and we study our mind and our thoughts. We have everything we need to study right here, right now. We avoid the temptation to drift away in idle dreams. The purpose of samadhi is to contemplate our mind and spirit, which leads to greater wisdom. Now, we do not have to know the nature of ultimate reality, nor do we have to describe to anyone else's satisfaction the face of God. It is sufficient for us to be grateful for good, orderly direction. In order to see things, including ourselves, more clearly, we often need a new point of view, a fresh attitude, or a different angle of approach. The noble ones say we attain oneness through selfless service to God and our fellows. So, this weekend, as we look back on our previous week and go through our days, if we find ourselves restless, irritable, or discontent, we take a breath, step into the next room and close the door, sit down, put our earphones in, cue up this recording, imagine a ball of light an inch or two below our nostrils, breathe in through our nose, watch it go down past our heart to our stomach, and back out the same way. Namaste. So, thank you very much for coming. We'll be meeting again on Monday, April 20th at 8:45 a.m. Japan time. Please check the Daily Dhamma for today, April 17th, and you'll find a 3-step procedure for getting into the live stream. Most people don't attend this live, they see it afterwards. But if you want to attend it live, we'd love to have you. You can find out how to do that in the description box. If this was useful for you, please give us a like, a comment, or share with others. Consider giving us a super thanks. And we look forward to seeing you again on Monday. Namaste.